Okay. 9 tips to increase your charm and charisma. Let's go. Now, what we gonna do is try this one more time. Yes, yesterday I had big plans, but it didn't go that way. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try this again today. My name is Hazik Ali. We do this 7 days a week. I'm always trying to get up before you, man, so that way whenever you wake up, I was here waiting. You know what I mean? Saturdays, I'm in a CPA rocks. I want to give special love to her. On Sunday, Dr. Kadira rocks. She's an Ivy League educated physician. She's also my sister. So I'm just really excited about our crew, man. How are you feeling this morning? I appreciate all the birthday love yesterday. Today the birthday continues. Yay, good morning, millionaire. Oh snap. You know what I didn't do? I didn't send out the text message. Hey Ali, do me a favor and share this in a couple messages. Let them know we in the house. Let me get this thing sent out to the text message list. If you haven't joined the text message list, here's what you can do, right? You can go to you can text @millmine to 81010. And then you're gonna get messages every day. Sometimes it's quotes, you know, sometimes it's I don't know, videos, articles, all types of personal development stories. It's real cool. So I hope you are enjoying yourself, man. How was your Monday, my man Trey Brown? Hey Trey, did you know I never knew that you who introduced me to Taisha Levon? I never knew that, bro. I really appreciate it. Miss Entrepreneur in the house. You know what I mean? Let them know we in the house, man. I don't know how much I can express the gratitude I feel right now, you know, just for life in general. And if you feel the way I feel, then I know you out here trying to make the most out of every piece you got. You're trying to take everything you got and make it into everything you need. And that's the way this life works. You actually get to do that. What up, Zabe? Okay. Mr. Terry in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's up, Tanisha? That's right. Get rich, give back. Of course. Good morning. All right, we getting this party started, everybody. Hey, good morning. Let's get it. Okay. Yeah, good morning. All right, we about to get this party started. I'm going to call in on this live line. Jess, what up, Jess? Okay, Corey 19 in the house. Let's get it. All right, I'm going to call in on this live line. It's time to get this party started. It's almost 7:30 in this thing. My birthday, yesterday for my birthday, wifey took me to this thing called the Van Gogh experience. I'm gonna put up little pieces inside my stories today. That was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. Like, I don't know how many of you
have greatness in
hold
you.
up.
Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of.
Please enter your.
That's a fact. Hold
Thank
up.
you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you feel good this morning. My name is Hazik Ali. I'm a self-esteem development expert, right? I'm a revenue acceleration coach. And then on top of all of that, we're here to help you go further, faster, with less effort. Our whole play is that most of us have no freaking idea what's really possible for ourselves. Most of us have no freaking idea how much we can control how our life starts to look. Change is inevitable. You know what I mean? If you see a river running down a mountain and you go back and check on that river in 10 years, that river going to be wider. That river going to be carving a wider path through that mountain. It's cold. Everything changed. And that's good news, because if you're going through something bad, you can be like, it's only for a season. You know what I mean? If you're going through problems with your health, it's only for a season. If you're going through problems with your bank account, it's only for a season, because everything changes. Change is inevitable. But here's the trick. Progress is optional. Somebody give me that in the comments. Change is inevitable, but progress is optional. So what we started talking about yesterday before it went all haywire is this idea that you can change your personality to become more charismatic. You can do it. I can do it. We can do it. And the world will be better for it, because y'all are God's favorites. Y'all wouldn't even be here if you weren't here to help yourself get better. And I truly believe that what God does is, what the universe does is, what life does is, it rushes in to support whatever supports more life. Life supports whatever supports more life. You get what I mean? So God wants us to improve. He wants us to be on this constant and never-ending improvement. He wants us to get rich and give back. You hear what I mean? So we're going to talk about charisma this morning. If you're ready for the first one, give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1 and a share. We're going to get this party started. Appreciate that, crystal clear. Appreciate that. Welcome, Jaquez Smith. I bet you that's Smitty right there. He just joined the text message system. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here's the first one, y'all. Appreciate them ones. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, appreciate them ones. YouTube checking in. You know, you my favorite. If you on YouTube, you my favorite. That's right. That's right, coach. That's right. All right, here we go. The first one, y'all, this is going to surprise you a little bit. The first thing that'll make you more charismatic than anybody can control is learn proper posture. Somebody give me that. Learn proper posture. Your mom always used to tell you, boy, stand up straight. Well, that's what my mom always used to say, because I would just hunch over and everything. You know, she thought that I was going to grow up like that. She just always used to be on me like, stand up straight. It was even to the point where I bought a little back brace thing that you could wear underneath your clothes so that it just forces your shoulders back. You get to breathe better, right? You feel more power coursing through your frame. And it also makes you more charismatic, believe it or not. You should sit up straight and make yourself as tall as possible. Don't lean on your elbows or none of this stuff that like shows kind of like weakness. People are attracted to your power and your strength and your virility. So sit up straight with your hands on either side of you, right? Sometimes when you're sitting there, you know, waiting, you may want to steeple. That's more like a power posture, right? It gives you more. I don't know why it works that way. You know, I love the fact that it's kind of like a pyramid in there somewhere. You know, I got a special place in my heart for that. But what's crazy about posture and doing these different things with your body language is it actually makes you feel more confident, which makes you feel more willing to engage in a conversation, right? And when you're more willing to engage in a conversation, you look more charismatic. You look more charming to the people around you. If you're ready for number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share. Well, maybe not quite a pyramid. You know what I mean, Chanel? But you get what I'm saying. Hey, Shawanda made it in. That's what I'm talking about. All right, give me a number 2 and a share, y'all. Let's get it. Yeah, Mr. Butler. Let him know. Yeah, Zabe. Yeah, Ebony. That's right. Are y'all ready for number 2? Y'all ready for number 2? You're gonna get this. You're gonna get something you can use today. You're gonna get something you can use to improve that thing today. Here's the second one. If you want to improve your charm, if you want to improve your charisma, don't underestimate the power of physical contact. You know, they say that babies will get sick if they don't get hugged. You know what I mean? That physical contact is important, right? Well, part of being charismatic is knowing when a little physical contact is needed. Uncharismatic people tend to shun physical contact and often don't know when to do it appropriately. You know, sometimes as ladies, you have to watch physical contact because fellas will take it the wrong way. Fellas will start thinking like they got a shot. So you have to make sure you don't do too much and you got to make sure you don't do too little. But don't underestimate the power of it. Don't underestimate the power of making a point and then lightly touching their arm. Or you know what I mean? When you laughing with your homie and then you just elbow him like, nah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? That ups your charisma. That ups your charm. You know what I mean? I want you to try that. But try it with making sure that you're aware of when it might feel appropriate and not. Like if a friend is crying or really, really upset. I'm a winter personality, so I had to learn this, right? I remember never mind. But I had to learn that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes as a winter personality, I would just sit there and be like, why are you crying? What do I do now? Nah, you're supposed to go and like hug them and stuff and be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way and stuff like that. I had to learn that. That might come naturally to some of y'all. But if a friend is crying or really upset, a hand on the shoulder, a hug, I used to sit there like, what do I do? You know what I mean? What's going on? She's melting down. No, Hazik. That's when you need a little bit more of that spring in you. You know what I mean? Oh, snap. All right. If you're ready for number 3, give me a number 3. Because my point is sometimes the physical contact is more appropriate than words. You know what I mean? Chanel, you are crazy. You said that's you, Smitty. You don't want to sit there like, oh, what's going on right now? Why is your face leaking water? And then I'm the main one who was all getting all emotional yesterday, So that shows we can all change. All right, here go number 3. Here's number 3 on that same tip. Jess and Smitty, y'all crazy. All right, here's number 3. Yeah, Antonio. All right, here go number 3. Learn to recognize nonverbal cues. Learn to recognize nonverbal cues. Depending on a personality type, you may have an indirect communicator in your hand. Like, fall personalities are kind of indirect communicators, right? So you got to kind of make it out from what's going on. Learn to recognize these cues and you'll be considered more charismatic. Because a lot of times people don't really state how they're feeling. People will tell you how they're feeling. They will show you how they're feeling. They'll say they're feeling fine, but then you'll see their shoulders or you'll see their tonality, right? These are nonverbal cues. Just because they say that they feel fine does not mean they're not giving you other clues that go against that. And when the words and the body clash, go with the body. Somebody give me that in the comments. When the words and the body clash, go with the body. You can tell how somebody's feeling about something based on facial expressions, based on body language. When you get real ill with it, you'll be able to see micro expressions. You'll make a comment and then their face will contort in a rage for a minute and then it'll come back regular. It's real. Google micro expressions. It'll blow your mind. When they slow down the camera, they can see you may give a compliment and the person does a micro blush, but then they get back to their poker face. You know what I mean? It's real. But what you want to do is get more interested. We're always saying the key to success is not to try to be more interesting. We always say that the key to success is to try to get more interested in people. You get what I'm saying? Millionaires. If you begin to pay attention, the world will tell you all kinds of things that start to help to make you wealthy. You're now you're starting to feel what kind of mood they're in, and then you can kind of adjust accordingly, right? A lot of times we associate charisma with things like telling good stories or making people laugh. But a big part of charisma, y'all, is just knowing what kind of stuff to say or not to say at an inappropriate time. A lot of charisma is never making people feel wrong. Matter of fact, if I could sum charisma up in 2 sentences, it would go like this. Never make somebody else feel like they're wrong, and know that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And a big part of knowing what not to say to somebody is making sure you're paying attention to their body languages. right? Making sure that you're going with the nonverbal cues. If you're ready for number 4, then let's move on to number 4. Give me a number 4 and a share if this is making sense to you. You know, that's it. We be focused on being more interesting. But what we need to focus on is getting more interested. Hey, Miss Shirley made it in. Good morning, Queen. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to pay for that one. Wifey commenting. I mean, I'm going to have to practice what I preach. I'm just joking. She know I'm about this improvement life. All right, here we go. Yeah, facts. Molly Mall. You got to fall on your hands too, baby. You better act like you know. All right, here's number 4. Y'all. Know when to use humor. Know when to use humor is number 4. Give me that in a share. A big part of being charismatic, y'all, is knowing how to use humor. You know, that's a skill. You can read joke books. Like I read this joke in a book. I use this every time, and it makes me laugh. Like, you know, you walk in the job, the boss say he got good news and bad news. Which one you want to hear first? And then you're like, man, I want the bad news first. He's like, well, you fired. And you're like, well, what's the good news? He's like, you got the rest of the day off. Know when to use humor. What's your favorite joke? Do you even have a favorite joke? Do you know you can ask Siri on your phone? You can just talk to Siri and then be like, hey, Siri, tell me a joke. And then Siri will just tell you a dumb joke real quick. And a lot of them are real dumb, but then some are less dumb than others, and you'll actually laugh. You know what I mean? But maybe jot them joints down. Now, don't get me wrong. Making jokes at the wrong time makes you come off as uncharismatic, or making jokes at the expense of other people can give you some temporary fun. But in the long term, you're going to pay for that. In the long term, there are people in the audience that will be more turned off than that. So the key is to be self-deprecating. The key is to make jokes about yourself. Does that make sense? But know when to use humor. Start to put that on your priority list. Like, man, you know what? I could get a little bit better. I could get a little bit better with that. If you're ready for number 5, give me a number 5 and a share. Give me a number 5 and a share. Y'all crazy. That's right. Make jokes about yourself. That's an important point, y'all. Don't miss that point. Here's number 5. If you want to become more charismatic, if you want to increase your charm, right? Number 5, learn to ask questions. Learn to ask questions, y'all. We usually don't consider asking questions as a key to being more charismatic. A lot of times we don't consider it that, right? We don't think of it that way. Dang, y'all ain't even tell me the Good Morning Millionaire thing wasn't up here. This is important. If you haven't joined the email list, make sure you go to wearemillionaireminded.com. Good Morning Millionaire, right? Go to wearemillionaireminded.com. Make sure you join that email list, because we always give you mindset, skill set, and heart set every week. You know, you're going to love that. And then join the text message system. All right, but back to learning to ask questions. I always teach that questions are one of the most powerful tools you got in your kit, because they transport the human consciousness to wherever you want to go. Questions are incredible, but we don't think of questions as helping us with our charisma, right? But asking questions, and especially the right kind of question, is a great way to keep the conversation going. People love to talk about themselves, y'all. Everybody's favorite subject is their freaking self. You hear me? And if you also love to talk about them, boom, charisma, baby. They're like, I don't know what it is about this person. I really like them. Well, what it is about the person is you know nothing about them. All you're doing is talking about yourself, right? And then you leave the conversation like, wow, what a great conversationalist. I ain't lying. And that leads us to number 6. Give me a number 6 and a share. And then the other thing about asking questions, y'all, is that you get to start finding common areas of interest. You know, Jess and Smitty know. I got this one technique. Well, you know, a lot of us know. A lot of us know. Listen, I got this one technique where I love that. She's like, I'm already here, Mark. What's up, Mr. 800? My man Mark Bates, Mr. 800 is in the house. I love that, man. Representing Tulsa, Oklahoma. out there with Black Wall Street and all that. Let's get it. But the other cool thing about asking questions is that you start to like one thing I love to ask different people in my industry is like, hey, what's your favorite marketing technique? Because if I ask a bunch of people, at first they get to brag on themselves. Yeah, well, what I do, you know what I'm saying? But then secondly, I start to amass a collection of information that is inspiration for my own ideas. I'm getting inspiration information. You get what I mean? Just by asking questions. All right, if you're ready for number 6. Oh, y'all already gave me a number 6. Appreciate that. All right, here's number 6, y'all. Yeah. Good, Queen. Because I'm telling you, you ask them the questions and then they're gonna tell you everything you need to know. But here's number 6. Learn how to listen effectively. Learn how to listen effectively. We talk about listening no matter where you go in personal development. Everybody always talking about how you got to listen better. You know, one of my favorite ways to put it is you got 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. Do the math. You got 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. Do the math. You know what I mean? Ain't that deep? Somebody give me that in the comments. We talking about charm and charisma. We all know the cliche, you know, about how women love men who are good listeners. Well, it's true. And it applies to everybody, not just women. You hear that? This applies to everybody. You know, you hear about it more from the man's side because men are always on the hunt. But ladies, let me tell you, you're going to grab that dude up if you learn to listen to him. He got the world on his shoulders, man. And if you learn to listen to his problems, woo, and then you know how to cook or something, woo, charisma and charm are just coming out your pores, girl. You hear me? Sometimes people simply want to talk to somebody who will actually listen to their problems. Sometimes we forget that the most powerful people in the world go to therapists just to have somebody hear them talk it out. What if you learn to be a better listener? That's going to improve your charm because it's going to make people like you more because they're going to feel like you like them more, that you find them of value. Does that make sense? I got another one for you. This changed my propensity to want to cut the person off, right? This changed you ever heard the whole thing like this person's remarkable or this person's notable? What are we saying right there? We're saying that they're so dope, right? We're saying they're so dope that we actually want to take notes while they're talking. That's wild. But it also forces you to listen. How impressed would you be with yourself if while you're talking, the person just whips out a pad and starts like, man, that was really good. You're like, I like this person. All I'm saying is be a better listener because when people talk and you listen, most people never listen. That's all I'm saying to you. Most people never listen. People are literally just waiting for your lips to stop moving so they can talk. You know, enough said on that. Y'all get what I mean? And I don't expect you to change in one day, but maybe this inches up your priority list a little bit more. Here's number 7. Did y'all give me a number 7? Give me a number 7 and a share if you're with me. I still got 3 more for you. Give me a number 7 and a share. Give me a number 7 and a share. Don't forget to join the email list if you haven't yet. I think you'll really dig the emails that we send out. Anybody be getting the newsletters? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. Birthday is continuing today, apparently. Man, I cannot tell you how hard that Vincent Van Gogh joint was yesterday. Like y'all see, I'm on all that Da Vinci stuff and all of that. Like I think, you know, we're gonna put Imhotep up there first, but I don't have any paintings from Imhotep. But Da Vinci was a cold piece of work. And this dude Van Gogh, one of the coldest things about Van Gogh, why y'all give me a number 7 and a share, because he's known for these vibrant colors and how the way he would use paintings would almost make like it's this one joint called cafe and Starry Night, Cafe Terrace and a Starry Night, it looks like it's glowing. It looks like it's glowing. Do you know this dude was colorblind? Ain't that crazy? Somebody give me this in the comments, even though this has nothing to do with today's training. All creativity comes from constraints. Sometimes you're complaining about obstacles and restrictions and constraints and limitations, and you don't realize that God is giving that to you to force you into your greatness. Isn't that crazy? Back to charisma. Here's number 7, y'all. Here's number 7. Man, I can't wait to see what we do tonight. Yeah, it's crazy. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. All creativity comes from constraints, baby. All creativity comes from constraints. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. All right, let's keep on bouncing. Let's keep on bouncing. All right, here's number 7. Memorize as many names as you can. Memorize as many names as you can. Me and my brother used to trip, right? Because we could always tell when we be walking around my pops. When we be walking around my pops when we was little kids, we could always tell when my pops ain't know the person. Because my pops was kind of like, I guess kind of like, I don't know, a big deal in the community. He ran these bookstores and stuff. He was responsible for getting a lot of information out into the community that built the cultural esteem of the people, where you start to realize your history ain't start with slavery. Your whole mindset start to change. You know what I mean? I love all these slave movies and stuff, but it ain't really telling the full story. So my pops had something called pyramid books to bring pyramids up again. You know what I'm going to do? Through the text message system, I'm going to send out this story they did on NPR about my pops. Since it's my birthday and hopefully I'm continuing his legacy, I'm going to send out this NPR story. So if you haven't joined the text message system, text @MillMind to 81010. I'm going to send it out later today. And I know somebody going to remind me if I forget. All right, but one funny thing that he always used to do, we didn't know he didn't know the person. We'd be like, hey, Chief. Somebody walk up to him like, oh, you know, Brother O'Dari and all that. He'd be like, hey, Chief. And then me and my brother would know. You don't know who this is. But what you want to do is memorize as many names as you can. This is a really small but effective tip for skyrocketing your charm. It's going to skyrocket your charisma because when you remember a person's name, it's a real dope way of signaling to them that they're important, that they're valuable, that they matter, that their presence on the planet has been acknowledged. It's a real small tip, but I'm telling you, if you throw that in the conversation more, not just say your statement, but say your statement and then end with the person's name, more charisma. You'll be surprised at how much more people respond to you when you use their favorite word in the human language, which is always their name. If you're ready for number 8, give me a number 8 and a share. Give me a number 8 and a share. You crazy, Allie? But that's a fact. That's all facts. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Wifey reminds me of that all the time. Wifey reminds me of that all the time. I had to learn that, you know, ladies don't always even want you to answer. You know, as fellas, we be wanting to solve the problem. But nah, they just really want you to listen. Just hear the joint out. You know, we be trying to jump in and like, oh, well, all you got to do is, you know what I'm saying? And then we walk off like, yeah, knock that out. What's next? And meanwhile, they don't give a damn about your solution. Not right now. All right, here's number 8. Here's number 8. Y'all just letting me, yeah, shut up. Let me be the boss. That's what it really is. I'm just playing. All right, here's number 8. Learn to talk with your hands. Learn to talk with your hands, millionaires. Write that in the comments and then share. Man, I'm going to tell you something about Donald Trump. You know what I mean? He makes sure that he talks with his hands. Y'all notice that? Y'all notice that? When I'm watching, you know, different speakers, I love the ones, even performers sometimes. When you see an artist like, this is going to sound crazy, but one of my favorite live performers is this dude, 2 Chainz, man. Do y'all even know who that is? Y'all know who that is. Do y'all? Anyway, you know, when he's on stage and stuff, he just does all of these wild things. Like he's creating, you know, energy patterns and all of that with his hands, and just like you just be feeling it. Practice that a little bit more. Practice talking with your hands. You know what I mean? Practice doing little shapes and stuff with your hands. Just see what feel good. It just makes you look more magical and mystical. Just try it. Believe it or not, using hand gestures while you're talking does wonders for increasing your charm. Now, we don't mean you should be swinging your hands around, making people duck, nothing like that. But we're saying light hand gestures while you're telling a story about how things are flowing along in your life. It helps your message come through clearer, right? It helps people stay more engrossed in the story that you're telling. Somebody give me that in the comments. Hand gestures help hypnotize. Hand gestures help you hypnotize. So next time you really want to get people interested in what you're saying, try putting down whatever's in your hands, right? And adding some hand gestures. All right, here's number 9. Give me a number 9 and a share. All right, I was just making sure. I guess that's a little disrespectful. We heard of 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz got, you know. All right, here's number 9. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, here's number 9. Cut out filler words from your vocabulary. That increases your charisma. Cut out filler words. We all occasionally throw in a or a My mentor got me out of that by he has this thing where he'll literally charge you money, you know what I mean, for messing up. He'll literally be like, that's $2. You know what I mean? Or that's $5, or that's $20 right there. Before you know it, you're thinking about it before you say that. Try to cut down on the number of times you use filler words like the ones we just kind of went through. A hallmark of charisma is being able to talk for a long time without using a lot of filler. And the best way to go about that is to start keeping track of the filler words you use and slowly work on improving your speaking skills. You see, I did that. Slowly work on improving your speaking skills. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. All right, that's it for this morning. I hope that was helpful. We done ran out of time. It's time to go do these affirmations. Some of y'all scared of the affirmations part of the morning, every morning, but not everybody. I ain't talking to everybody, but I'm talking to somebody. Come try affirmations. It will pay off. You cannot delegate a hairdo, right, ladies? You cannot delegate a haircut, right, fellas? Some stuff you have to do for yourself. Affirmations is one of them. So call in on the live line right now. You know, we're going to do a little breathing. We're going to do some affirmation. We're going to throw in some visualization if we're lucky. So just try it. It's an amazing part of your morning. All right. Repeat after me, millionaires. Here we go. I am so